So it's 12:30 now. Got that bit of block work done. Not very good, but I'm a bit rough today anyway. I had like 4 pints last night. Can't work and drink, me. Especially at the end of the week when I'm tired. So we're gonna smash these. I'm gonna smash these blocks out in record time. I know these floors aren't meant to be loaded too much, so we'll keep it to the minimum. But this is a pair, and they want this up ASAP. I'm gonna have a count of the blocks roughly, how many we need, because I'm trying to be, you know, a lot of sites don't take you seriously. You think you're just one bricklayer, and you're a labourer, and you think how much work can they turn out. But if you get set up right, that's how you're earning all your money. You know, you can earn a lot of money and get a lot of work done if you're fucking efficient and organised. So I'm gonna count this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a rough count. 6. It's probably 6. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So like 15 blocks, 15 turbos long, and then we're gonna go across this way now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So fucking 11 up this side times. Obviously, I tried to load out for. We get it up to the top of window, so that's 9 course a block, ideally in a brick. Some people like to stagger the ties differently, but I like to do 9 course a block in a brick to make sure all my ties run nice. I'm thinking here, yeah, I think they're an odd time. Just wonder how. To be honest as well, sometimes if I'm taking over someone's work like I am now, a lot of bricklayers get arse on if something isn't how they do it, but just start how you do it from where you start. So no matter what they've done really, a lot of the time people get arse on about taking over people's work, and at the end of the day I see it as work and a lot of money to earn. I've been given opportunity. This is the problem as well with gangs. That's the problem as well with people's attitude as well, that it always, you know, work's work, innit? Work's just work, and you've been, as a one-on-one, a lot of the time you get given a lot of shit if you're not, you know, good. And on this site I've been given 2 fucking plots, and 2 plots straight away next to each other. Basically got them done in 2 weeks. They're pretty much round all first lift in 2 weeks. That's a plot a week. I know I've slacked off for like a couple of days, slacked off, and I didn't really get as much done. But I've done 2 plots in 2 weeks basically, and now I'm on a 3rd plot. I've never been given as much work, and it's all about having the work in front of you to make the money. That's what people don't realise. So I'm gonna fucking have to. It's 12:37. I said I'm going to be any later than 1. Dean don't matter anyway. Don't care what time we leave, but I care. So that's 10 times 9. So I need 90 down. I need 90 down here on this side. 10 times 9 is 11. 99. 100 block there. 100 block there. 100 block. 100 block. And this back with 15, so that's 150 block, because we have to count an extra course of block for his beam fill. So it comes. Some people call that course beam fill, but it's just a course of block because you still count it. I know there's obviously beams in the way, but you just count that. Well, it's all counted solid in my eyes anyway. I don't know if it works out. We have a price anyway. I count to give myself a rough idea every day of what I do. We have a price, and the prices should be counted to the measure. At least, you know, these out. This is why it's better. People ask me as well, why do you work with houses with no detail? Why don't you do fancy stuff? Because you don't make any money doing that. You make money building houses, especially affordable houses, recession-proof houses that everyone wants to live in, everyone needs to live in, because everyone needs an house. And you make money by building them fast and neat and quick. You know, people don't want to hear that though. They don't want to hear you've just got to build stuff fast, because that's how you earn the money. Right, I'm running out of GoPro live, So I'm going to put this on my head and get fucking cracking. I'm reckoning if I move everything out of the way, I'm reckoning I can get a pack shifted in 10 minutes. Let's have a go. I'm 17.5 stone on a good day when I've thrown up because of beer. Alright. So first of all, you know, for any labourers out there, I'm just sure I should really use thicker gloves than this, but they feel good. I've got to order some more off Amazon, off eBay, Manipular. So I used to labour as an apprentice on 3 bricklayers. Load out in front, load out plots in front, then get back on the up on the plot, get on the trowel. They had a labourer, but I used to have to help him. And then I filled boards up as well. So right, so what I do is, because a block is 630. A lot of guys like this, how I do the setting up. I got it off fucking, you know it, I copied Charlie Coyston, but if you've got to do it how the fucking best do it, you've got to fucking copy the best, haven't you? So I never used to be bothered, but if it's 600, I know 600's a good area for me to work in. So I'll put my block's always on a block on 2 pairs of watts, so that I'm not bending for my last course, last pack, you know, last block. So that's set with a block like that. If I had a plastic spot board, I'd use that, but I don't really use boards very often now, especially this weather. Tubs are too good. So now I'll follow that line on the floorboard for a bit. So I'm setting all these stacks out now. So when Dean's gonna be loading up with me, because how many boxes are in here? There's like, I don't know when he wanted me to get this finished. By the way, my labourer is called Dean. Well, our improver is called Dean. So that's, everyone knows anyway. That Dean's called Dean, but there's a lot of people with the same name these days. So if I'm like shouting on my videos at Dean, obviously over there, pointing up, I'm shouting at Dean. Oh, right. So I need to set out. So where I set out all these, and move all these straps out your way. Trip up over those. Move out everything out your way. You can fall over. I don't normally do all this, mate. I'm not that anal about stuff, but I'm here on Saturday. I might as well try and make some fucking organisation. You've seen obviously the organisation I had on that other plot. Relayed fucking over 1200. I think I said 1175, but I think I undercounted it a bit. And it was definitely 1200. So I said to Richard Fitzgerald, because we were talking about just bricklaying and stuff. Just chat with him quite a bit, you know, especially when he's got like something new coming out, like the new Fitz brick. He has some right ideas, man. Some right ideas, but especially like I say, he's had the new Fitz brick come out. You're telling me about that, and God, I lose my train of thought. But when he, God, I fucking can't even remember what I'm on about now. Someone on YouTube will say I've got some condition. What were I on about now? That was it, sorry. So I said to Richard I wanted to lay 1200 bricks in a day, and I knew I was already capable of it anyway. I just never was organised enough to do it. And organisation makes you all your money. So like what I'm doing today, yeah, so what I've come in and maybe earned less than 100 quid, maybe 100 quid. That's what I don't know what I fucking earned really. I ain't counted up exactly, but I don't go off what I've earned in a day. Say for instance I've earned 80 quid today. I don't go off of what I've earned that day as a positive, as like for instance, if I've only earned that today, say 80 quid, see that won't fit a double stack there. So labourers out there, make it a single stack. That won't fit a 6. Obviously space for a board, so now make it one of these. So make it a single. And there we go again, so we check again. 600. Obviously you don't have to leave, now you've got bins and stands, you don't have to leave as wider gaps. I'm still adjusting to using bins and tubs. You don't have to leave 600 to fit a spot board, and you don't have to do it. So now we need to set this out. So now we know that's 600 away. Set as next stack there. But you know, I always said I knew I could do it, but I was never organised enough. Never had enough work in front of me to do it. That's why having the work is in key. Getting a site where they give you loads of work, because if you haven't got the work, you can't lay it, you can't do it. So I've now set that out, and I don't know where I get all these ideas anyway, because I don't always copy everything I see on YouTube. I don't copy everything, I just use ideas and then adapt it to my own way of thinking. So sometimes I do things like an old bricklayer's taught me fucking, I don't know, 20 years, fucking, I don't know. An old bricklayer was talking about something he did. Say an old bricklayer tells me something 10 years ago, but he was talking about doing it 20 years ago. That's 30 years ago of lost knowledge there. I was talking about, you know, pick and dip, whatever you want to call it, one at a time, fucking drag joint, whatever you want to call it, pick and dip, fucking, I know it's pick and dip, but you know, speed belting, whatever, speed belting, these are all slang words for pick and dip, but pick and dip's the proper word, I'd say. It's probably not, but we'll argue all day about it. So now, set these out. I'll just put, for instance, that much. I'll have to like sort of see next week how much we can load out to how I put these stacks. That's why I'm just setting them at that for now. Need that to be able to fit across, so we always check that. So we get here, and now we've got heavy blocks here. That's a party wall, so now we've got a party wall there, so we'll do the party walls last. I always do the party walls last. I've tried doing it first, and they can get took by the wind, especially on an exposed site like this. Wind will have it in short order. What time are we on now? I said Dean, it'll be too late. He's still ain't got tools in the van anyway, so I've got some time. I didn't want to move all the blocks because I'm feeling a bit rough. Just want to set it all out so I can wander off and go and inquire about stuff about this plot, because I didn't start it obviously, and he can start loading stuff up. So put that there like that, give me a guide. The guys have been loading out on the floors over there, so you must be able to load somewhat out on the floor. So set a stack here again. But yeah, it's organisation is going to make you money. It's going to make you money every day of the week. You've got to be quick, obviously. You've got to have you've got to be quick. You've got to be skillful. But the organisation is something that I never really valued as much. But I should value it more, because it's what's allowed me to lay 1,200 bricks, to be honest, in a day. If you can lay that in a day, God, I know we're getting 700 a thou now, and we're 800 some places on Connie bricks. But if you can lay, this is the sort of, God, that board's a bit cockled. Get that sorted next week. If you can lay that on the regular from being super organised, like next level shit. If they drop the prices in a recession to say, I don't know what they can minimally drop it to, I don't know, 400 a thou. No one would be a bricklayer for that though, in this day and age, because you can't get bricklayers at fucking 700 a thou. But you know, we'll see what companies do, see what happens. But say you laying at 500 a thou again, say 400 a thou, say 500, say drop it by £200 a thou. That's still, you're still earning 600 quid in a day, and then take off your labourer's money, because your labourer's money shouldn't really drop, even if you're earning a bit less, because you were paying him something, you're not going to pay him less. Say you're paying labourer top money, top money was like fucking, for a labourer, was years ago, was like fucking top money was like 120 back in the early recession days, maybe 150 or equal split depending on what gang we're doing. Say you're paying them 120 or 150 in a recession, you're still making, you know, fucking 400 quid a day in a recession. And they're in recession prices, or maybe like, you know, whatever. People panic about recessions, but if you're good enough, you're recession proof. You know, I don't think there is going to be one like there was 2008. But you never know. You can never say never in this world. That's a door hatch, I think, so I can't load out on that. All we can do is we'll load out behind it. The stair hatch, shall I say. Load out behind it. I'm only setting a stack out and actually loading any sort of weight out on it until I get the okay. Because if that's the case, we'll see. I don't know. These floors, these joists should easily take it. But it's regulations, yellow tape, shit that I don't come up with. Sometimes the acro prop them, these floors, but I don't. I'm not fucking. I don't own a construction. I don't own a housing company. I don't know how it all works. I don't know the stresses. I know the loads. Yeah, so if you're organised, you can lay fucking ridiculous amounts of gear on the regular. God, this is taking me fucking ages. I'm only moving one, fuck moving both. As soon as Dean gets all tools in fucking car, we're going home. Come what may. This is worth its weight in gold. People say your labourers should know how to do this, but they don't know how I want it. They know how to, if I say load my blocks out, they know how they'd load blocks, but they don't know how I want it. So that's that. So that's a single stack now. I'm still loading it out, presuming I use boards, because if we get some wet ready mix, it's super wet, it's got to go on boards to dry a bit. But it's that hot, you don't know. If you get a wet day, you need it on boards. You know, might even go back to the 10-inch again. Hit some big block numbers, because you can spread a bit more with these blocks, but we'll see. I can never used to be bothered about all this, but I realise the value of being organised. Value of getting on a good site and gaffer saying to you, fuck me, your work's neat. Which I've never had anyone tell me that, ever. I've had this YouTube channel. And I've been working on sites since 2012, I think. Yeah, 2012. So that's 10 years I've been on building sites. And I've had, well, if I've been told my work's been neat, I fucking forgot, because it's all that long ago. But I got told my work was fucking neat for the first time in like 10 years. It's probably ever since, probably to be honest, probably my college tutor at the time. I can't remember, but I remember. I don't think I've ever been praised for my work. Just don't, ain't one of them jobs that you do get thanks for. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, this. Yeah, I think I've had people say, you know, it looks neat. I remember the old firm we used to work at. I was doing all them walls. He used to say my walls look fucking neat, but that's because other lad who did them fucking throw them up. He were fast. Don't get me wrong, but it's got 20mm perps at top, new pillars and that, 20-30mm perps. Fucking, well, he made some right money, that lad. Fuck me, he wasn't bothered. But yeah, I got told my walls and garages were neat. Actually, tell a lie, one of the assistants at fucking Miller Homes said that my garage looked fucking neat as fuck once. That's the only time though. That's the only time you get like thanks and that for your work. And now on here, I got it in a week. I got thanks for me taking care of my work, which you don't normally get thanks for. Normally if your work's shit but you're in a good kiss ass, you'll fucking get looked after. But you know, I can't do that myself, you know. I'm just fucking one of the lads, just fucking. But on here, got told straight away work with neat, and then they said, here, build a fucking everything you want. I was like, yes, get in. Finally we're gonna earn some fucking money so we can get some fucking work done. But given I'm a lot faster than I was like 2 years ago, so just because I do a few more hours, well, I've always been capable of it. It's just that you've got to have your mindset to do it. So fucking we're laughing on here. So I don't know what this is going to take me to get up, but I built that plot in Tuesday, didn't we? Started loading it out, and say by Tuesday, yeah, so that's took me a week for a first lift on there if I'm going shitty rock steady. So on here at this rate, what do you reckon I could do? I don't think I'll get it done in a week, no fucking chance, but we'll see. I'm fucking breaking PBs every day because the fucking gaffer on here said if I get this up in a week I'll be laughing, and I said fuck me, fucking hell, be. But we'll see. People aren't honest though. There's a bit of a hush hush about how much money you can make in bricklaying, because they think that just because one's making it, everyone's making it, and you don't make a load of money unless you do like what I'm doing now, coming in Saturday, getting set up, doing what most think you're fucking sad for doing. But that's how you make loads of money. You just get really prepared and you do it. You fucking romp around on a scaffold on your own on a Saturday and you get shit done. People fucking, yeah, people talk, I've had comments before, certain people, you know, saying you do stupid work hours. No one would do that. Dean wants to do it. Dean says it's the best job he's ever had. When he says that, might be lying to me. Might leave me like Mangy's gang. Mang them. So I can't fit because of the width of these blocks, and there's another gap there. I don't know what that's for. That must be another, that's the stairs for this. I can't load anywhere near it. So we're doing singles up, and what I get Dean to do is once we get the bins up, he'll slide blocks down sides of the bins as well, because the bins are just so much fucking, they're a bit easier to work with than stands. But I'm not willing to pay that silly money for stands and plastic gator boards. I wouldn't mind if they didn't try and make such a markup on it, but they're just expensive, and I don't think normal gangs can afford to spend money like that. And as well, what I don't like about gator boards is that they have that textured, I think it's textured because it works better with a trowel, but I've felt them, and if you don't, I've had a fucking southerner, a Cockney lad that I met, I think he was Cockney, I don't know where he was from, or he's probably Lincolnshire or Derby. They sound a bit, you know, southern to me anyway. This were like quite a lot of years ago, probably probably like 2 years ago, just about around the time I started the channel. Maybe a bit before, maybe when I first started the YouTube channel, he had some. He said this shit. I went up to him on site and he's like, you fucking forget to clean them off. You fucking forget to fucking clean them off. And like, I fucking might as well use a fucking floorboard. And he was fucking carrying them about. And yeah, saying, this is a fucking nightmare. I've got to spend 10 minutes finding some water and then to wash them off. That's the only reason I don't like them. Whereas a tub, a plastic tub, you're not working off the tub. As a board, you're working out of it. You're scoping it out, so that's what I like about it. Fucking so much easier, tubs. But boards, you can't beat the, you can't beat it for working with a 10-inch trowel. But like tubs won't work with a 10-inch trowel. You've got to use like a 7, or we're going to use a different shaped jung one. And basically, you know, this is the best option at the moment for us in the UK. I think it's the best option because I've tried to find those German tubs and you can't find those. They're hard to get hold of. The import tax on them is ridiculous. The fucking delivery is ridiculous. There is websites you can get them, but I think you are paying an arm and a leg. Whereas, so what those Gorilla tubs over there, because you can't really lift them when they're fully loaded, all the handles break. They're about £6 a tub. Any gang can afford 50 quid's worth of Gorilla tubs and start basically making life easy. Oh. So in here, what we got? So I said 100, 100. I said fucking 150 here. That's 350 blocks just in that. 350 blocks. And I'm gonna have to do a challenge next week with how many turbo blocks I can lay in a day. Because I don't like to get a tape measure out and start measuring square metre. I just know how many blocks are in a square metre and then add the blocks up. It's easier when you're counting as well, like you count up. You alright? You alright? We saw, is everything in van? Sound. I've just got this half a pack of blocks to move and that's it. And we'll go. Oh. Yeah, it's the best option we've got. So what did I say? That's 350 right there. That's 350 there. And then I'm going to say that's another 150 because then you've got to add on the thingies. But I'll say 150 because probably overcounted slightly. Until I actually lay them, I don't know. So 150. That's 6. That's fucking 150. 300. And my mind's malfunctioning again, Dean. 300 plus. I reckon there's at least 550 turbo blocks to go up in this. Then you add your party wall on. That's about another fucking 200. It's about 800 blocks, about 550. About, I reckon 750 blocks to go in here. That's a lot of fucking blocks. That's 2 solid days of block laying that. And then we've got brick, which obviously we've got to run through here, which I don't think there's any expansions here in the little plot, so that'll make it easy. Jesus Christ. Yeah, 700, I reckon it'll be 700 blocks. Shit. Oh, right. Put some fucking music on.
I think it's man.
What did he say?
What?
Sorry, I was talking to YouTube. Oh.
I thought you said put some music on. Right?
I am like on video. He's got an imaginary radio. He's listening to tunes when he's hammered.
You're here.
Fucking go.
Come here.
Fuck me, this is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
So we've got this to get up. We've got the expansions to build, that's a day. It's 3 days. We might not be far off in like 7 days doing this. We'll see. Might get it done by Saturday. Yeah. Talking to my son really,
I don't know who you're talking to. You're either talking to you, Camber, or me. I just have to guess which one.
I'm sort of talking to my son because now no one will be listening. So that's Saturday all set up, hundreds of blocks to be laid, and I feel rough as a box of frogs. Yeah, check it out. Now he's fucking pricelessly set out now. So now we can load all that up on Monday when his heads has got Monday blues, when we're like mangy, when we like ate his lives. Right.
We're still an over from Sunday.
Yeah, right, see you in a bit. So, it's about 4:15. Fuck me, Mel's got this fucking fan on again. We're not cooking a Sunday dinner. We don't need extractor all the time. So, you know, it's 4:15 in the morning. I've not been really sleepy. I had a nap last evening. So yeah, it's going to be really hot like next few days at work, and I'll show you a few things we do. It's a bit more conventional than a lot of guys in the building trade. You know, a lot of guys would say it's fucking too hot, I'm going to have a day off. But end of the day, it's something that a lot of people don't talk about really. But you know, your labourers are on day rate, or improvers or whatever. So Dean's on day rate, or he's on hourly rate. So if he don't work, he ain't getting paid. And I've got to think about him more than I have me sometimes, because I can smash a load of work one day and earn a load of money. He can't. He's getting a set rate. He's getting a set amount of hours every day if we're doing overtime, etc. You know what I mean? So you've got to sometimes just take a loss for the sake of people who work with you. Obviously, since Dean's been working with me, we've been smashing through more work than I've ever done before in my life. You know, I'm getting through, and that just shows you the value, shows how good he is. He's just fucking absolutely feeding his gear, learning, getting on the trowel, putting towards obviously making his own wage as well. I'm not always having to cover all the gear, you know what I mean? So I'll show you in the next clip coming up. I'll show you how I go about it in hot weather. You know, plenty of sun cream and longer breaks. We fucking change the way we do his breaks. We have a big, maybe I might even be a 2-hour break. At least we're there. We're getting some hours in. We're not killing a cent, but we're still covering at least a baseline day work wage. And then we're going to leave a little bit earlier as well. You know, a little bit of, you know, you can't burn your cent out. You can't burn your labourers out. Tender, what you want to call it. You know, Americans call them tenders. Labourers, improvers, apprentices, whatever whoever you got working for you. I'll do this sort of, you know, vlog. It's a vlog. It says Bricklaying vlog at the start of the title. But I do this because people just don't talk about it. People are just, you see on YouTube with bricklayers, you see a little fucking strip of the day. You see a little strip of the day they want you to see. I'm trying to show you everything. Trying to show you like an all-encompassing picture of, you know, building affordable new houses. Basically what any 18, 19, 20-year-old who's coming out of the time, any young guy, or any bricklayer getting back into it is going to be, that is the majority of the work that's out there. Yeah, there's commercial work, yeah, there's private work, but it's a lot less, you know, abundant than new build houses, you know, building new houses. And to be quite honest, it's where the money's at, really. You know, you can take on private builds and, you know, build them at similar speed you can on site, but it's easier as a new bricklayer to get onto site. I've worked building new houses my whole career as a bricklayer, right? I've done a few little heritage builds and, you know, little bits that aren't new build housing, you know, for a month here or there, and done bits of remedial and shit like that, pointing jobs, etc. I've done little bits of shit like that, but where you can earn a lot of money is on housing, and it's readily available. There's tons of sites everywhere. It doesn't matter what site you're on. Obviously, I've dropped on a really good, and you know, this is what young lads need to know. And I'm 27 in a fucking 2 days or something, 3 days. 27 in 3 days. I'm not that old. I look old because of this fucking beard. You know, this is what it is. This is stuff that it's took me 11 years to fucking figure out, and I'm just like sharing it in bricklayers, and people don't want to tell you it. This is shit people don't want to tell you, because if you knew it, you'd be a lot more wise, and you'd fucking. So yeah, I'm going to show you a whole encompassing way, and the last video I was banging on about brickwork first, and that is perfectly great. This is a little bit of a checking. Brickwork first is great on clay bricks. Concrete bricks are a different fucking ball game, and the reason I'm doing these videos on concrete bricks, and I'll go into so much detail, is that there's going to be a generation of houses built out of concrete bricks. The reason why firms are going to concrete bricks, a little rundown. People don't want to talk about it, but it's the fucking climate. It's the way. It's the materials that are being used on new housing sites now. Concrete is cheaper to produce. Concrete bricks are cheaper to produce than clay. They don't need to be cooked in a kiln. You don't need to fire up that kiln and use all that energy. You know, in the UK, anyone knows your fucking energy prices are going skyrocketing. Mine doubled. That is why houses are taking out massive, you know, they're tendering for massive amounts of these concrete bricks, because they can just be poured into a mould, wire cut, and, you know, whatever. I'm not a brick manufacturing expert, but I know the idea. They pour coloured concrete into a mould, it makes concrete bricks. Fucking, and you just let it set, away you go. You don't have to fire all the kiln up. It's basically, you're producing more of them quicker at a cheaper cost. So loads of companies, housing firms, are going to go to using concrete bricks. Is it the answer? I don't think so. I don't know. We don't know. We haven't got enough years. We haven't got enough evidence that the bricks are going to cause problems down the line. We don't know. We haven't got a long enough, you know, study on them. I know they used them in the 80s years ago. There's been a few stints where they went to using concrete bricks, but we don't know. There isn't a massive industry-wide, look at whether they're good or bad. For us bricklayers, there's pros and cons to laying them. For us in summer, for me in summer especially, I don't like jointing them. I can joint up really quick, but I have a labourer to do the jointing. I personally would rather be laying a brick than jointing it. So with concrete bricks, they are quite easy to joint. They stay moist and wet, and in summer, they'll dry. You do 10 course at once, it's not going to really move. There is an art to laying them nicely, and once you lay them right the first time, they should be fine. But with ready mix, with doing brickwork first with concrete, they can move. You can get a little bit of you'll either go one way or the other for a couple of mil after you get probably above 12, 13 course, and you've just got to really gauge the day, gauge the mortar. So yeah, I'm just giving you guys some info that you need to know, because there's tons of jobs coming up with concrete bricks that they can't get men for. They're paying top money. They're paying you for expansions. There's loads of fucking jobs that they're paying you top money for concretes. And if you listen to some of my videos, because I'm on a site that's going to be all concrete for about the next 2 years, and I'm going to stay there, I think, because I know I'm travelling 50 minutes there, but it's fucking quality. I said to Dean I'd even sort the fuel out if we get to the point where he's covering enough wages to where I'm gonna sort his fuel out. I've said things like this, a bit like Collison does with his labour. He pays for his van and etc, etc. He does probably a far next level, but as I've said before, he does stuff at a different level to a lot of guys, even on YouTube. People like to slate him and whatnot. There's no one doing it at his level. He just does it fucking above everyone. So we'll just leave him up. We'll leave him up there, and I'm back down here. So yeah, I'm letting everyone know this, because there's tons of work out there with Connie Bricks, and you guys coming out your time as apprentices. I know there's not many here, but you're coming out your time and you can make some money on them just the right way. I know I detour in these vlogs a lot, but if you listen to what I'm saying, there's some shit to learn, because I realised I went on Connie Bricks back in 2016, and around that time the prices were really fucking fluctuating. I worked for a bit of a bent subby firm, and they weren't paying. There were gangs working on different prices. It's a common thing, there's gangs, they'll tell them it's fucking $320 a thou. They'll tell another gang it's $380, tell another gang it's $340. And I was getting shafted as a youngster, they told me it was like $320 a thou, $340 a thou, and it wasn't. I was getting a price lower than that, building houses, typical shit. I fell for it. I got all this trick in the book. But I was laying Connie Bricks at Keepmoat years and years ago, and we thought they were actually alright. We was like, oh yeah, they don't go off. You just get bang them down. You don't have to joint them straight away. They're quite square. They were we thought they were alright back then. And the standard as well as the housing standard in the last 4 or 5 years, 6 years, maybe longer. Everyone has social media now. The social media age is advanced from 6 years ago, and everyone is savvy. There's the snagging channels. That Welsh cunt, I don't like him. I've done a video on him before. I think he's fucking AIDS for the building trade. But there's people like him, and then every fucking man and his dog buying an house has a 6 foot level and bangs it around your work. Wants everything fucking perfect. There's no more. If it looks right, it's right. It's just, I don't agree with everything. It's not fair on the people building the houses. Everything going to be perfect, because you're buying a new house. You're not buying. You're not building Taj Mahal. Anyway, I'll not go into my fucking thoughts on that. Anyway, there's too many people. Anyway, I'll not go into it. I've made a video before and I deleted it. I didn't post it, but anyway, I'll make more videos in the future. I've sort of totally got off topic here, but some tips with concrete bricks, and as well on this. If you saw me setting out the block, obviously on this plot, this band lift, which I presume I'm doing both, pairs of. I'm doing block first because those ties support your concrete bricks as you go up. You need to do sort of block work first. I was banging on about brickwork first because it is easier, but block work first when you're on connies gives your concrete bricks some support with the ties. The ties will keep it. If you build 10, 12 course at a time, those few course of ties stop it slumping one way or the other just a little bit. Especially on silo gear, which we're going to be going on to in the next month or so once I finish these ready mix houses. But on ready mix, it's really vital you do your block work first. It'll stop it slumping. I've had work of mine on other sites move by a few mil. It's not something you're going to see with your eye, but if you point and put level up, you'd be like, oh, there's a fucking gap there. And then I've had fucking managers. About a year and a half ago when I was on over a year ago now, I've had managers go with 6 foot level, completely unreasonable. Didn't want basically I should have just walked them, but didn't want me to build the houses. It's concrete bricks at the end of the day. There's going to be some problems with them if you're going to be like that, But this site manager is fucking mint, so. I get this is a prime example, 2 tubs of ready mix every morning next to my plot. I want brings me blocks when I didn't even ask for them. Forklift drivers like magic on the forks. That is something you just don't get on jobs. You get basically a lot of times forklift driver won't bring you anything. You have to go hunt for him. Most times that's on most jobs. Fucking. You go on some jobs as well. Site manager will give you the shittest job straight away because he needs it doing. It's on top of lists. Everyone else don't want to do it, and you're getting caught for it because you're the smallest gang. Shit like that, and it isn't always fucking. It is what it is. I've done it for years, but I'm on a fucking mint job at the moment where I'm getting track quality. So, but yeah. Anyway, right. See you guys. See you guys tomorrow. See how I feel in the morning, but I've not had much sleep. I've had 4 hours, if that. Right, see you in the next clip. So it's Monday, everyone. We're back again. It's too hot for work. It's hottest day here, and we're here having a go. So we're just going to load out for day, I think. We're going to probably stay all day, I reckon. But we'll see. I'm not actually hanging today. I know I sound pissed all the time, but I'm not. That's the way I am. Dean's bent double laughing at me. Dean's just bent.
Say again.
Right, check out what we're doing. So we're going to load up these blocks, fucking 4 I reckon. That's what we told. We said we can go to if we don't go daft. And then we're going to bang up block work up first, because I went back on what I said the other day. I said brickwork is faster, but we need the blocks to hold the bricks up because of the connie. Party wall, I don't need to put party wall roll in, they're going to blow it in on this plot. And so that's one less thing to do. We're going to move all these and get some heavy blocks and bump out that heavy wall because I can't get my profiles on, because I can get my profiles on. Yeah, I don't need to get heavy blocks up then, do I? I'll just put my profile on the inside of my brick, and then I can run my blocking. We're going to use profiles for block work as always. We're going to tack on this gable here, because this is the shortest one. I'm going to take on that one. It's got an innie out. This is a pair, so it's an innie outy pair. We've got some fucking jiggery pokery to do over the front windows, and there's a dormer on this and all, so it comes down right low. So I'm going to pick the plot that hasn't got the fucking daft cable on, because I live in one of these. I live in one of these houses with daft dormer on, and they look right fiddly. When I moved into the house, I thought I fucking don't want to build one of them, and I'm building one. But oh well, I'll get it done easily. Everyone, we're all struggling today. I think it's fucking just too hot. But sun cream on, plenty of hydration. Obviously, the pros are using fucking tubs. It's lighter to carry about than using and fucking hauling spot boards about. And as well, what else we brought? We've got some damp to cover the bricks up, but it's going to be that hot, there's no point covering your bricks up. As well, this is a misconception with Connie bricks. You know, obviously you've got to cover them in winter, but in summer it'll only wet your top set of Connie bricks, and you take the top ones off and away you go. You know, just another thing to save you time rushing about trying to cover them all up quickly. Only wet the top ones. So you're probably better covering up your wall that you're going to lay on than covering your bricks if you're in a rush. So yeah, right, let's get these loaded. So it's 12, just gone 12 now. We've loaded up all blocks we've got left on site now, and they're pretty much, the floor couldn't have took anymore. We got told to do about 4 around the blocks, so that's what we did, and that's pretty much a safe. We get these walled now and then we can reload later on. So yeah, check the setup. So we've got bins and tubs. We're running out. I've ordered some more bins. We're going to try B&Q bins now, because the Ox ones, you can see a few handles have disintegrated. We'll try B&Q, £6 a tub. Got more than enough bins. We've got 2 spare bins for this is a big run, about an 18 turbo block run. So now we're gonna get some bricks up, lift that open, get some bricks up after snap. I'm going to set the stacks out down the gables. We're going to have to load the front out. I don't know. We'll probably start loading the front out and then load the gables. And well, once I've set the stacks out and Dean's loading, I'm going to set 6 profiles on the block, 2 at every corner, and then just leave the front till last, because, you know, always do that. Whoever builds front first, you know, you're just spoiling yourself. Right, see you in a bit. That is us complete today, 2 PM. We got a whole fucking thing basically loaded. Obviously, stacks are set out in the way everything can be loaded then, without any supervision from myself. I can be walling, or Dean can be walling, and I can be loading out if I get sick of laying, which I do sometimes. Check it out. We've got all the stacks loaded. Fucking scaffolding the best today on this one, but we've got a few bits to get over. A bit of day work. Getting over a 3/4. Some extra 3/4 need cutting. So it's all taking time. That should have been altered at the beginning. But yeah, hey ho. We'll get this fucking smashed up. Look how many stacks we've got set out. There's going to be fucking thousands of bricks in this. But yeah. Anyway guys, see you tomorrow. So yeah, that was Monday. Another day, another loss. But yeah, so at the moment, this week I've covered Dean's wages. I've earned 0 already in 2 days. But this is the risk you have to take as one-on-one. I'm not worried, because I'll make my money back in 4 days. In the next 4 days I'll fucking smash it. But this is why people don't do what I'm doing. Take some risk and reward. So yeah, anyway. So it's 2:15. We're stopped a little bit later today. It's just recovering from the heat. So we've attacked this block work this morning. We had a bit of alteration to do with the bricklayer who last was on this house. And a few mistakes. Per usual, but hi ho, bit of day work, get over it. And yeah, so that's what we've got. We've got 130, 140 turbos in so far, and we've been held up really with what we've had to get over. But yeah, check it out. So we're up to a window right now. That's Silite over there. These aren't at Silite, these little windows, but I set them anyway because I take my brick up first, and then I can just prop these windows in, fill in after, and I know these are roughly where my pillars are going to be, give or take 20mm each side, and then when there's frames in we can build up to that. Same here, even though it's a little slither, it'll be only for like 100mm of slither, and then it'll be back to nice proper pieces. So we're going to put another course on them after snap, and then we're going to go down this gable, because there's we'll go down that gable, actually there's more gear over there. As you can see as well, these here, these were all loaded at about 9:30, 10 o'clock this morning after we'd knocked the gear up. because it was a bit solid with heat. That's the downside of any mix, you know. I know Mangy says that ready mix is good, but it's not, it's shit. You don't want to be working with it, mate. You don't want to be working with it. But yeah, but all these 8 or 9 bins we've got, 8 or 9 bins and tubs obviously, that held a full one of them. That needs some rare knocking up, so we're going to do that after snap. We're having a late one, but we're going to work well 6, I think. Some fatty overtime in, aren't we, Dean? Fatty overtime, right. Been a bit. It's 4:20, guys. I've got a new little tool that is essential when you're using a small blade. So on this site, they make us put an extra 3-course level with his joist. So above us, 3-course above where the joists sit for scaffold. But then when I'm laying that course of block down there, I can't scrape them snaps off. So I've got this from Morrison's, a fucking patio weed thing. Yeah, I'm using it for this. So I've got patio weed brush here, and it can be used for a lot of. So that, obviously, you can't get down there to joint it. You're going to lose all your fucking tools. Don't want to show you this cavity because I didn't build it. But that now can be used to joint up with. Fucking right high up, as if like I'm jointing 3 stories worth of block off a ladder, but I'm not. It's just good for little things. Clean your ties off with it. Nah. But yeah, all good. Little £4 in Morrison's, that's why we got a snap. Right, I'll check you in a bit. So, it's 7:10. This is what I got done so far. It's been a big day today. I need to make up for it. I said last night, if you've seen the last video, I learnt nothing in 2 days, basically. But, so I've earned probably 480. Probably I've earned about 450 quid today, maybe. It's not an amazing day. No, probably 500. About 500 I've earned today. So that makes up for it. So there's 2 days second loss, and after paying Dean probably 500 quid. So check it out. So there we go. That's what we've done today. We've used all the blocks up that are in here. We've got enough to get this up about 6 course tomorrow, including beam fill. Round to this window. And then in the morning, first thing, I'm going to open this gate now before we leave. Dean's just at van waiting. Propped all his walls as well, so you know, they're not wobbling around, but just got to prop them. So tomorrow, first thing we're going to do tomorrow, we're going to bang, I don't know if we can actually. Can we bang this middle wall up? Yeah, it's a stop end, so we're going to probably bang that up. Get this all, well basically Dean's going to get some packs of bricks moved, then we're going to load this wall up, probably do half a day loading tomorrow, get in front a bit, because we've got to do it at the moment, because I ain't got another apprentice, so I just don't want to make the gang any bigger, because we've run out of gear. So we've got blocks coming tomorrow, and you know, if we'd have had another, you know, labourer with or apprentice, we would have fucking worked his ends up. That's why you stay small, stay busy. So we're going to put this up here, we'll put this wall up about 6 or 7, including beam fill, and then we're going to put this up 6 or 7, but we've got to load it out first, so right, I'm going to get off. I'm going to open this gate and get off. Right guys, see you in the next one.